Hey, you guys, good afternoon and welcome to First Among Equals. I'm here with the OG Eric. He's actually the owner, creator of Blackbird Studios.
Yes.
And also he's in Study 45s. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
That's so, I'm so glad you came. It's a beautiful day.
I love your place.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is a beautiful place, and I'm really glad that you're here.
Yeah.
So I think the reason why I asked you to come is because I've been watching you for a long time, and I see that you're grinding and just doing what you love, and this is what the podcast is about. So
I love it. I love the idea, what you're doing. This is awesome. Great.
Thanks, babe. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, like I'm pretty selective with who I want to come and have a conversation with because our time is so precious. And
thank you so much.
No, I know. Dude, and I've known you for such a while.
Yeah.
And I think like through other people, just connecting and understanding like-minded people and sort of the things that we all kind of resonate towards. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do and kind of what you're working on currently?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing with the 45s for about 6-7 years, been touring with them.
It's been that long?
I think so. I want to say 6-7 years. And it's been pretty good.
But I knew you before.
Yeah.
So what was your...
I've been in a few bands. I've been bouncing around trying to find what's good, different sounds. Started different, like early days, like high school, I was playing a lot of punk. I was playing like rock and roll, that kind of genre. Got into reggae, started playing with reggae groups. And then I met the 45s, and it just seemed like a perfect fit. They love the oldies. I love the oldies. They were paying homage to the Jamaican era of the 1960s,
yes.
which one of my favorite eras of music.
Same.
And it was a right fit. So great musicians, great just all around like lovers of music and people that I just get along with. You know what I mean? I always longed for that. Growing up watching like a band like the Beatles, and they're all like brothers hanging out.
Yeah, totally.
Just having a great time, like touring the world. That whole vibe with them. So
that's so sick.
It's hard. It's hard to like find a group that really feels at home, and that's been home for at least the last 6-7 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What would you say when you first were growing up? Like, what inspired you the most? Like, what artists or what was it exactly?
Yeah,
you?
I mean,
like a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mentioned the Beatles because they were a big influence on me. They were the first time that when I saw a group that I wanted to be like, damn, I want to be in a group with my brothers, making good music, touring, writing records and concepts and ideas and being revolutionary. And I just thought they captured all that whole essence of being a group. Made me want to pick up an instrument and learn songs, But that whole era, like, I mean, my parents are big fans of the 1960s, 1950s, oldies, soul,
So you were totally exposed to that?
Yeah, I was exposed to that as a kid. And
are they musical too?
My dad played a little piano, and a little guitar, but he wasn't like, I want to say like...
Not like you.
Yeah, he wasn't serious about it. I don't even know if he even had a natural talent, but he just really liked it, so he liked to jam. So that was an influence too. But also even Spanish, like a lot of the Spanish music, all my grandparents and my father too, like loves the old Spanish, anything from, romanticas to the classics to the trios. And so it's a little bit of... a lot of influences,
Where did you grow up?
Montebello.
Montebello.
Yeah.
That's cool. And how did you feel with what you were doing in that area? Like, did that impact?
Definitely. I mean, all the musicians that I play with now are from the San Gabriel Valley or East LA. And Montebello is on the cusp of East LA and San Gabriel Valley. It's like right in the bottom corner right there. So everyone I really make music to this day, whether I even met them young or met them in the last 5 years, is all from this area. And we all seem to have like this sort of bond and like kind of a glue that we kind of grew up the same way. We love the same things. We like going to the same events. And so yeah, that's been home for me too, Montebello for sure.
That's so dope. Tell me about your studio and like I think we all want our own studio. At least some music heads always just want their own studio.
Just a place to create, it's a canvas, Yeah, I know you like to paint.
I do.
So that's what recording is for me. Is like I walk into the studio and I have a blank canvas and what am I gonna paint today? So that's that whole vibe with me. Is just like when I first got introduced into recording, I remember my parents bought me. I begged them. We went to a Price Club back in the day.
Yeah, Price Club, throwback.
So yeah, throwback. And
sorry, kids, they don't understand.
Google that.
Yeah, Google that.
But yeah, I remember I seen this this karaoke machine,
Okay.
And it was like a 2-deck karaoke machine. I had 2 microphones and a couple of tapes. And that's when I first discovered recording. You know what I mean? I could press play and record on one tape, record a guitar, and I was like, okay. And then flip the tape and then press play on the guitar, and then start putting the bass, you know. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And it was just like a little karaoke machine that I begged my parents to buy me. And that was when I first fell in love with recording. I was like, this is what I want to do regardless. So along with being a musician, I think a huge part of what I love to do is recording. You know, it's definitely my passion. So I got into that, started getting equipment, did like a little bit of schooling, was surrounded by a lot of people. That's where I met actually Alex, is through the recording school.
Big up, Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf, the Wolf. Big shout out to my
shout
brother,
out to
Wolf.
The homie for sure. He's gonna love this. Love it. Anyways, okay, so back to it. So tell me about your recording studio. We didn't even go there. I like pulled you off on some.
No, it's all good. We're gonna go on tangents, and the tangents are always fun. You know,
it's the best part.
But so yeah, I got a studio place in Vernon. And it's a 2-story building with a lot of studios in there. There's a lot of musicians that performed and practiced in there and like record in there. So it's kind of cool because it's like a little community of musicians. This whole building. I have buddies in different studios. We share equipment. We hang out. So I got the studio.
So it's your man cave.
Yeah, man cave, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have a woman cave, but yeah.
Oh, nice. I've seen this. It's a very nice cave. Yeah.
Thank you. I like my cave. Anyways, yeah. So man cave.
Yes, I got this studio place maybe about 6 months ago, and
that's exciting.
It's so exciting to have your own space just to work, you know. Because I know you have to kind of start to step out of a place and get into an area where you feel like, right, this is my creative space. You know what I mean? So that's what it is for me. Like I don't have any TVs in there. I don't put anything as distractions. Like when I'm in there, it's like 'cause I'm gonna work. So that's this space I got about 6 months ago, and I got it with the help of the 45s. They rehearsed there, and we rehearsed there, we record there, and little by little I've been really just developing the space, trying to get different sounds and trying to find what really feels good musically, you know what I mean, in that space. And yeah, we've been having some great results as far as what's coming out right now with the music.
Can you tell us a little bit about 45s and the direction of them, and just so people that don't know?
Yeah, Steady 45s has been recording, and we've been touring extensively for the last couple of years. So right now I think we're at a point where it's like, okay, we're ready to release something else. We have developed like a bunch of new songs, you know what I mean? So like it feels right to like take a little break from like really being all over the world. You know, we were in Europe and Mexico and Canada and all over the United States. So like it doesn't give you really an opportunity just to like sit there and record a record and just focus on that. So that's what we're doing now. We've tried different studios. We're doing work at Blackbird, and yeah, it's fun. It's just playing music with my best friend.
So what's your so people don't know, like what's the genre?
Steady 45s are, they pay tribute to so much. 1960s for sure, the early Jamaican era, and soul. You know, rocksteady is a huge part of the sound, and that pays homage to like soul D's. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff we grew up with. Yeah.
All the good shit.
Yeah, all the good shit.
All the real.
All the real OG
all the heart
shit. Yeah.
into your heart.
So yeah, we do ska, we do a little bit of reggae, but yeah, it's all that little genre, and then from that group spawns a lot of other groups, you know what I mean? So me and Ian, and who plays sax in the 45s and sings, we play another group called The Illusions, and that's a soul group.
Like all full soul dedicated?
All soul dedicated.
The Illusions? That's dope.
Yeah, we only play like the rarities, the sick rarities.
That is dope.
Like, you know, nothing like
poppy.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Mainstream.
That like the mainstream pop, like soul that's out there right now, or from the 60s. It's just a lot of the rare, deep cuts. That's what The Illusions are. Yeah.
That is so dope.
Yeah. So yeah, we have. So this group is like manifested in many groups. You see a lot of the players that are playing the 45s. They've been playing so many
They're doing their
bands.
own shit.
Yeah, everyone spawns off.
It's so beautiful that can happen now.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think that it happened like that before. I don't think that there was that opportunity. Like you didn't have that much time to do so much. I know you do as artists, we side hustle. It's not like you're just here all day making music. Like you got to pay the bills and figure out what you got to do. But I think as artists, the fact though that we have like these opportunities to have create our own studios without having to front all that money that you had to do before. Like you had to get signed or whatever, you know, like all that stuff. But now that we can kind of do it more independently, I think that's a really awesome, a thing that's come from progress and modern. Because I struggle sometimes with modern versus old school, you know, like, you know, the classic stuff. What do you record on? Are you recording on any analog, or is it all digital stuff? Because you know that analog gives it
that tone.
It gives it that sound, that warmth, that crack.
Of course, yeah. You understand. That's cool that you know those kinds of things. Yeah.
I went to recording school, so.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So like I've been recording digital for the past few years, and I'm making the transition into analog.
Yeah, and dude, just the consoles.
It's just the consoles are the tape machine, just hearing things, the saturation and everything. That's the transition that our studio is going through right now, and. You know, like anything else, it's like finding an old piece of equipment that still sounds great.
That'll pick that up.
That will be able to give you the tone you like and really zone into that, you know, that
It's such a shame. You know, I would say I went to LA recording school in 2010. No, 2001. My bad. 2001.
Oh, crazy. I didn't know you went there.
2002, yeah, I went to LA recording school. And I went right after, like, high school, like 20-something, whatever. And they were getting rid of all the fucking consoles, all the big ass,
the Neve, the SSL,
yeah, the Elise, like all the Elises, I think, like all the old things. And they were like, and I was right there when they did the turnover, and I just remember feeling so sad that, like, I mean, I was there for, you know, I recorded and all that stuff, but a year later, legit was like they were just getting rid of those. And even back then I thought, this is all regrets. You're going to regret it. Like, you should put these in a garage. Do not throw these away. And that's what happened to all those recording schools at that time. It was like, it was all about digital. And it was like, and they were behind. I feel like schools, a lot of the digital schools were behind. Like all of the recording schools were behind. And I think they were trying to like be the next whatever. But it's hard because recording music and all the things that come with it, I think it like progresses so fast.
It's hard to keep up.
It's hard to keep up. Yeah. But when you have these kids, you know, these youngsters that know what's up with the new stuff, and you have all these old teachers who don't know how to teach that. That was another thing, was I had a lot of analog teachers, and I think we only had like two teachers that really knew what's up with like, you know, recording like, you know, more progressively. So it's interesting that you bring that up, because I always remember knowing that it's like old caddies, old cars.
You're right.
It's like, those are the best cars. They last forever. They're like they were made to last forever. And so people don't value that in the same way, understanding that you throw that away, like that is something that is like, it's valid. It's a valuable thing.
They don't make it like they used to. I mean, that's why there's a big renaissance with records now, vinyl records, you know?
Yeah. And, I know. And, I know. I have a problem. Always.
That's a beautiful problem.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I'm just, so in terms of the focus for you now, because you've been with 45s for the last 6 years, you said?
Yeah, about 6 years.
Do you see it? Are you guys trying to work on new album ideas, new progressive?
Definitely, yeah. New albums, new singles, and then also like producing different artists, you know, because a lot of these guys in the 45s are kind of like my house band in the sense that it's like, hey, I have this artist that wants to do a couple tunes, and we can literally...
You're like Conan with the house band.
Exactly. And like every member in that group is like an all-star. They all have their own... They have their own project, their own hustles, they're musicians.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So it's I feel like I have like an all-star
team,
yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, so it's awesome. And like the Illusions are the same way, the 45s are the same way. And the community vibe is so dope, you know what I mean? Just to be able to call different musicians and be like, hey, come through. Yeah. We're going to record something special. This is the idea. They're the kind of guys that can just show up and be like, they have no idea what they're recording that day. It's like, this is what we're going to play today. Just come in there and kill it. You know what I mean? It's just like, how exciting is that? Like,
and how talented.
How talented. So
it's also lacking. It's also getting rid of the fear of like being judged. It's just like, this is what I bring to the table, being confident in it and not being like, you know, worried about what you're doing.
You know, that makes me think of something, because like when you have an approach to something, you know about it, you think about it too much, it kind of messes with your creativity, you know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes just coming in there,
Just getting thrown some shit.
Just throwing some stuff. It's just really,
I love that
it's
too.
it's really organic, the feeling. You know?
I absolutely agree. I mean, even like in equating this to this podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know who I'm going to get. I don't know exactly what I'm going to say.
What we're going to talk about.
But it's going to work out.
Yeah.
And whatever comes from it is what it was supposed to happen. Like, and just like nothing planned.
Yeah, this is great.
Because I think thanks, Faye.
Yeah.
I think most of our lives are we're so trained as a society, like you have to plan everything.
Yeah.
What's your plan? What's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? What are you doing?
Even on a simpler scale, it's just like, hey, you have to pose for a picture. Nothing's candid anymore.
Absolutely.
Everything's posed.
Yeah.
The candid part is the best part. So like, even when it comes to recording, I find like my best recordings are like, I'll record the group of like, all right, let's just run the song one time.
Yeah.
And they don't know I'm recording. We're just jamming. Those are like the magical moments, because they don't even know. They're not like trying to do anything. They're just playing.
Isn't that crazy?
You know what I mean? And sometimes also like with say a horn solo or a vocal. I record a vocal or a horn solo. Hit record. All right, let's just try to see what it sounds like. You know, they're thinking like it's just like a little practice run. And those runs are always the best runs.
Yeah.
Like those vocal takes where they're just free spirit, not caring.
And that's who we really are.
Yeah.
When we don't want to be something else.
Yeah, so when you're under the spotlight, or this is the one, or this was gonna happen, or this is what you need to do, it's like I feel like
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Takes away from the magic a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, because people can smell inauthenticity.
Yeah. They know.
Yeah. They know when you're like
he was feeling it.
Yeah.
And that's when you hear music, it's like this guy was feeling it.
You're right. And most of the vinyls and most of the whatever videos and whatever, like when they capture somebody when they're just being their regular self, it's so much more magical and so much more intriguing. Like you're more interested in that person than we're all like stiff, like all.
Yeah, no, I'm guilty of it too.
No, we all are. It's not. I'm not saying. Guilty. I think we all living where we live. It's just, and in this day and age, like this is where we're at, and it's like I think we're all struggling with trying to not be that so much, because I think a lot of people are more that than they are who they really want to be, and then you start to forget who you were because you're too busy trying. You're overthinking who you need to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being.
Exactly.
And sitting in your own shit and being yourself is so hard. Sometimes you're just like, you know what I mean? Like you're constantly like want to put up a thing. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. Like it's a habitual, like the last podcast I just had, it was attention seeking. It's like people just constantly want to be validated.
Crazy. Right? This podcast is kind of therapy right here, right?
It's crazy that you say that. We talk about that every time. Like our last homie left, I know he felt high on a kite because something about whatever we create, me and brother's very talented, is that people feel really comfortable and we feel very like blessed and like it's a grateful. I'm so grateful. Like people feel very comfortable to just share, and it's crazy. It is therapy.
Yeah, I mean, just to say, hey, how you doing today? Like, how you feeling? What
people
you
don't
up
do
to?
This anymore.
Yeah,
podcasting.
I mean, even like our own friends.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, how's it going? Oh, it's cool. I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But like sit with someone, have a good conversation, look them in the eye, and be like,
this is what we used to.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Like, what's up right now? Like, and the thing is, the intention here is there's no real. Like, I just want to talk to you. Like, I just want to know who you are and why you do what you do. But other than that, whatever we do here is.
Wow. This is like therapy. Right?
It is. I'm so glad. Oh my god, session. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a good day, dude. We're like such on a good one today for sure. Yeah, so
crying a little bit. It's okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you're in therapy. I'm cool. We're in therapy, guys.
So the first time I cried on camera.
Let me. Yeah, exactly. Right, never mind. I was gonna say something.
Have you cried on a podcast?
No, not on a podcast. Oh, I was. Who was it? I had a moment at the end.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
We were ending and we did a grateful thing. Like, I was like, thank you. And I had a moment.
I think Willow, maybe.
Willow? Nah, I think it was somebody.
No, I think
it was, no, I don't remember.
I mean, you know, like if you tear up a little bit, you're touching a nerve. You know what I mean? If you're touching like a really sensitive, like, oh.
Yeah. Or, okay, yeah. But I think like for me, being grateful, I just get emotional over understanding that I'm lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're so lucky. Like, I just trip out on that, you know?
There's been a lot of moments like that. On stage, off stage, you're playing your instrument, you're doing what you love, and you're just like, oh, whoa, where's this coming from? This emotion, like this crazy rush, you know what I mean? And you just can't help but like, take a breath and just like
and get through it.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree.
Just absorb it in a sense, because like it's just gratefulness. That's what it is. Like,
and that's the best way to be. I mean, I try to practice it online, offline. Like I'll just send messages like I'm grateful. Like, and I do it usually when I send I'm grateful messages is when I'm not, because I need to practice. I'm like, oh shit, I'm starting to feel pissed off over some stupid shit, or I'm entitled.
Let me count my blessings real quick.
Yeah, let me count my, and I'll do 3 blessings, and I'll text I'll text one of my besties, and I'll be like, all right, 3 things I'm grateful for. She wouldn't even know. I'll just send them like boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then she'll be like, oh shit, and she'll be like boom, 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 because it's like, you need to remember, because this shit could go away at any fucking moment.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it's heavy. Like we're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time. Like that's one of my favorite things, because it is like, we just gotta have fun and be happy and smile. Like,
who says that?
Who says that? We're not here for a long time. Sorry, we'll look it up later, guys.
All right, we'll Google that.
Brother, yeah, we'll Google it, brother. Brother's off the Google tip right now. He's supposed to be my Googler, though. He's supposed to be my Jamie. My Joe Rogan Jamie. But anyways, yeah. That's what you are. I'm all Google that. Anyways, back to you, babe. Because, well, I guess it doesn't matter. So.
I like talking about you. I mean, you have a great story, too. But just the fact that you're doing this is awesome.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really love it. Danny do we get along really well? Well, I was just talking about this today. It's really hard to get along with, you know this. It's hard to like vibe with people, like-minded people that respect what you do. And everybody that I've invited over here legit is the same. Like, we are all the same people. We're just so grateful. And we're trying to create, we are at service. We're people that want to give, and we're at service to the people in our community, like constantly. That's what you do. And so it's like, and it's a need, you know, it's like, there's no way you can't not do that. It's like, you have to keep gifting people with what you have to offer. So
yeah, we go around and around.
It's a beautiful thing.
We give and receive.
Yeah, we do. We give and receive. But I think that our natural tendency, though, is to want to give constantly. Like, as, you know, you're a music maker.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where we're at. Like, I think that's why I wanted you here, and that's why, like, I'm doing this, as I told him, is like, because he's a music person. We're all music people, so I think by natural understanding is like, we like to give. Like, we're just people that make music have to express themselves and give to the world. So, you know.
Yeah.
I think with you,
it does something.
It does something, right? And it's like, it does something. In terms of your music style, what would you say you're more attuned to? What are you more connected with?
I have so many musical tastes now, and I think I've been focused on such a time era and kind of absorbing something. You know how you kind of get addicted to something?
Yep.
Just
you
like
start hyper-focused.
Yeah, hyper-focused.
Hell yeah.
So I think I've been guilty of that as well, just being like really into something. But like, there's so many types of music and genres that it's fun for me to like try to get out of my comfort zone, because there's areas of musicianship that you're like, okay, I can play this, I can play that, I can play this, but trying to get out of your comfort zone also like feels really good. It's like, oh man, this is like,
it's scary.
I've never played this before, and this is wild.
What is an example of something like that?
I mean, I would say like just even like it's just like it's a style, because one can play along, can play the notes, right? Can play the chords, but it's like the feel is what it's all at, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And that, especially in this type of genre that I play, like ska, rocksteady, oldies, like it's a feel. You can play the same notes, but one person can play the same notes as well, and it'll sound different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's the touch, it's the way he like just performs his instrument. So I think that's what I'm always trying to be in tune with, is like, this is the style, and it takes this type of feel to create it, you know? It's not, I'm not just gonna play the song because I know the chords, or I know that the timing of the structure or whatever, but just getting that feel is what really, like you said, makes it more authentic, you know?
And more personalized.
Yeah. I mean, I see music a lot like cooking, you know what I mean? So, because like it takes this, you know, someone can have the same recipe and it just tastes different.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because it's the touch, it's the timing, it's the feel,
the intention.
Yeah, the intention. So yeah, no, I think that's what's fun for me is like as a musician, there's so many things to learn and absorb, you know. So I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, play different styles, because you come back to what you really love to play, and you kind of come with another vibe. Like you learned something, you're bringing it back home.
Takeaway.
Yeah, you're taking something away from a certain other style that you can kind of take back
and bring in and enhance what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
As a person, as an artist.
I mean, I always like to play different instruments too. I mean, I play bass in the 45s, but I love playing guitar,
exactly. What do you? So you play guitar,
drums.
piano, drums.
As a kid, I mean, I wanted to pick up all the instruments. I bought a drum set. I bought at a young age in high school. I had a job. Bought a drum set. I bought a bass. A lot of my musician friends didn't have we didn't have a lot of money or whatever. But I got a job as a young kid. So I was like, this guy knows how to play the bass, but he doesn't have a bass. So I would buy a bass, and I was like, all right, play this thing. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Yeah, and I bought a drum set. I didn't want to play.
You just wanted all the tools.
I just wanted
I'm like that too.
Yeah, I just wanted to create a atmosphere. Like, hey, come
over.
Yeah. Come jam out.
Oh my god.
Come jam out. You don't need your instrument. It's all here.
It's all here. Just come.
Just come over and
share.
Jam. So that's how I feel like I still carry that with my studio because I have a drum set there. I have my own equipment there. It's like you don't have to show up anything. Just come with your skill, your talent, and your energy, and we'll vibe. We'll vibe out. We'll create something.
Dude, that's so ill.
So yeah, no, I kind of feel
that is so ill.
I feel that vibe here. Like, it's just like, come in. This is my space. This is your space. Like,
welcome.
Let's have a good time. Let's have a convo.
I
get that vibe here too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've tried to do that here. I think not realizing it. I think he's very easygoing, and I'm very up tempo.
I think that's the cool thing is to be able to bring people together. There's a lot of great musicians out there, but maybe they don't have the know-how to bring people together, and they're just someone that could just come in and sit in, be a part of something.
And just give their piece.
Exactly, and that's great. That's their talent, and I think we need people like that.
Absolutely.
And then also we have people, I think, such as ourselves, that was like, hey, we're gonna bring people together. Like I can call someone. I can call this guy.
Absolutely.
And create something. I know this guy's talent. I know this guy's talent.
That's dope. Yeah,
Let's put them together.
Voltron, man.
Voltron on this shit.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
And the thing is too, not everybody, and this is what I struggled with when I was working in education, is there was all these leadership programs. Like everyone can be a leader, and I'm like, no, not everyone can be a leader. Like there are only certain people who want to be leaders. You know what I mean? You got your henchmen. You got your boys, your wingmans, your wing girls. Yeah. You got your you know what I mean? Like the people who support you, but not everybody wants to be the leader. And I think at least now, because we're talking about this, is you are the one that is basically inviting and creating the experience, but not everybody wants to do that. And I think now, in society, societally, it's hard because I think they try to tell kids, and I think all of us too, we're a little older, but kids are like, oh, you have to be they've always said this, but being a leader and being the one that always thinks of the idea and not everybody's like that.
No. Yeah.
We're the orchestrators, we're the one that we set up the scene and then you just sit back and watch. It's all right, cool. I created this situation. And then everyone there just kind of creates the real-time experience.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more because I feel that a lot with music,
Yeah.
Bringing people together, and not necessarily I'm calling the shots oh, this is how the song goes, you play this, you play that. It's just putting the players in a room and putting them in a space where they feel comfortable to create music. And then giving okay, this is the little idea, and then it just really spawns off. It's just blooms, and not having to be having your hand in everything, but allowing everyone to be their own creative force.
That's beautiful. And being able to express themselves individually in a group.
I think that's been another fun part of recording. Now that I'm talking to you about recording, it's kind of crazy. I'm finding all of the things that I love about recording that maybe I don't think deep about.
No, absolutely. But, I love recording. Yeah, therapy.
Therapy.
Well, we're on recording, guys.
This is going to be a book.
This is going to be a book, guys.
Recording this therapy.
Yeah, we're going to do it. It's an audio book. It'll be online. It'll be on Audible in about a few months. That's beautiful. Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
I love it. It's a crazy day, guys. This is awesome. So, tell me about your process in terms of, I have 2 questions. I'm excited. So now that you have this space, you were talking about how you bring in new artists. How do you find these new artists? Like, what is it that you're doing? Because now you have all this opportunity, right?
It's a unique situation because there's a lot of people for the genre of the music that we play. Like, it's really big all over the world.
Yes.
Except for like here. It's weird, you know what I mean?
That is weird.
Because like
I get
you
it,
know,
though.
like think about this. There's a kind of a soul renaissance happening right now. Soul
Okay.
music.
Soul-a-sance.
No, yeah, soul is sun. It's like soul's kind of coming back in a way.
It
You
is.
see all these soul
Slowly,
bands
it's been
getting out.
creeping up.
Yeah, there's a lot of the bands.
Stevie
are doing-
Wonder's been like climbing up the hill. Sorry, random. James Brown. Anyways, okay, yeah.
But like the same thing with like the music that we play, the Steady 45s, it's kind of giving me a unique situation where, like in Europe, in Mexico, a lot of South America, Japan, like this music is huge over there. Like they're fanatics of this. Like, there's a
so
scene out
crazy.
there. So like we'll get messages from
All over.
people Europe, a lot of people from Mexico
Yeah.
or South America, and they'll be like, "Hey, dude, I love what you guys are doing." They'll tell me about my style of playing. They'll know all the groups that I play
Like on your
in. I'm
jock
just
and
like,
shit.
yeah, I'm just
Oh,
like,
that's dope.
It's just
Crazy.
It's crazy because I don't feel like I always put my stuff out there. I'm kind of low key online, so
Yeah, you are low key on that.
yeah. So I'm just like, how do
Yeah,
they
that's true.
know that
Who you be.
Yeah, who I be and how I play with all these different. You know what I mean?
That's true though.
Yeah, because I was
You
in
could
Mexico.
creep.
Yeah, I was in Mexico like last year, and I'm talking to different fans out there, and they're like telling me like all the groups that I've been in, and I'm just like,
Damn,
wow, I didn't
dude.
even know how they know this stuff.
You're like,
But-
I don't even remember that
But
band.
what it is, yeah, it's just like people love this music, and it's like they get addicted to it. It's like, hey,
Or
you
they get
wanna-
addicted to the artist.
The artist, yeah, they just
Your essence is your own. There's no other person like that. You know what I mean? They follow
Yeah.
you.
Well, there's not a lot. I feel like for our genre, there's not a whole lot of people doing what we're
Agreed.
doing. So
I agree
it's
with that.
unique. It's unique. So
Totally.
I'll get messages from different parts. I have a message from just yesterday from a guy from Mexico who wants me to help produce a bass line, help produce a part
That's
for his tune. You know what I mean?
This is what's wonderful about the future. Like right now, the internet.
The communication, yeah. It brings us all together. I
Yeah.
have another guy I've never met before. Friends, he's from Peru. He was in town this week. Took a Uber, like an hour Uber drive to my studio because he wanted to connect. You know what I mean? That's the eagerness and the hunger that there is out there for this type of
The
music.
hunger again.
Yeah. So it's just
She's all about being
it's
hungry. man.
wild. It's wild. So like, yeah, I think that's where you ask me a question like, how do I connect with all these artists?
Yeah.
It's like people that know what I do and how I do it, and they want to be a part of that kind of sound, you know. So
Just want to be connected.
they
with
want to
you.
be connected, yeah. So I find myself in a unique situation. It's like, you know, I don't really go searching for it. It kind of finds me,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's been the calling with life in a sense. Like sometimes you get called to do certain things, like
Yep.
you're getting called to be like, I don't necessarily think that I would have been doing what I'm doing right now, but I felt like I was called to do it, you know.
What did you,
Which
did you
is-
even think? Did you even think this far ahead?
I
Or
mean,
what
as
did
a-
you think?
as a-
Or what did you think you were gonna do? That's another question.
Well, yeah, as a kid, I thought I was gonna be a musician, an artist, like creating music, but now I find myself like in like a different seat, you know, like where I'm bringing people together, I'm recording, I'm producing, and
It's magnetized.
It's a different situation than being a musician in a band. So
Yeah, because you're just not a part of something. You are
Yeah.
the one that's creating the structure.
And like, even with all the technology we have today, like a lot of people can record on their own. They
Yeah.
have a laptop, they have the interface or whatever.
But there's nothing like.
But not all people don't have the, like, I don't know, the knack for it or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't. They're just maybe just a musician, so they need someone to kind of help guide their ideas, guide their thoughts, guide their musical
I think
aspirations.
people need other people.
Yeah.
No matter what, you can be on an island if you choose to be on an island, and there's variations of this at this point. We can live on an island. If I really wanted to not work and live off some shit and just get food sent to me in this house and not do anything and not interact with people, you could do that. But I don't think that it's natural as humans to
No,
like live on an
definitely
island.
not, no.
So I absolutely agree with you, and I think musicians even more so, they just want to collab. Like, you want to do your own thing, but like I mean, there's people that just do their own thing, but
Yeah, well,
Working with other people creates connections.
Of course, and I just feel like there's a lot of talent out there that don't even know how to direct their talent.
Yeah.
It's like I have this skill, I have these songs, I have these ideas,
but I'm maybe not vocal, or I'm shy, or I have anxiety.
I just don't know how to bring it out.
That.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's I guess the recording therapy we're talking about. Is just like helping people like release their ideas, you know, and in turn I'm releasing my own feel and my own ideas with other people and their music.
Yeah, I mean it's reciprocal.
Yeah,
because you get it back, and then I'm sure they inspire you, and then you want to create something based on whatever you've experienced from them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of selfish if you think about it, because like, okay, we're relieving other people's tensions, yes, but we're also relieving our own like need to fulfill validation, importance. Yeah. Like it makes you feel like you're here for a reason. And I think a lot of people struggle, right? I feel like I've been dealing with a lot of people who maybe don't feel like this planet is like they're ready to go. Like I've just had.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think it's a thing. It's a big thing right now. It's people just wanting to like not exist anymore. And so I think that these kinds of, we need to bring back this. We need to bring back these reasons to connect, because it reminds us all of our value. Because then people don't feel important, they don't feel valued, they don't feel like their voice is being heard, and that's when it's happening over and over for years. Like it's just self-deprecating, and
yeah, it's a hopelessness.
It's a hopelessness. Mm-hmm. And then I think some people reach to the point where they don't want to even try anymore. They don't ask for help. Nobody, and that's another thing societally. Like we don't ask for help. It's like asking for help shows weakness, especially with men. Different with women. When women can be sensitive, but for a man to like show any sort of like, it's like, oh, you're being a pussy or whatever. You know what I mean?
I'll start crying right now.
It's true though, right? I mean,
what are you talking about?
Right? We're not talking about this right now. No, we're just talking about music.
No.
Yeah. Danny's rolling.
No, I feel that now because so many emotions that you're just talking to me right now. I feel that big.
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
There's a lot of people. One of my good friends, I won't give too much detail.
Yeah.
But same thing, he kind of just told me the other day, he's like,
I
don't want to exist anymore.
I've had that.
And
I had that like
dude,
2 weeks ago. I had a text message that said, "You're in my letter." And I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, slow down. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, people are having these, and this is not the first time I've had this conversation. And I'm just like, this is an epidemic. This isn't something, this is not random. Like, there's a lot of people who are questioning existence now.
It's the mentality right now is so crazy because of what you're expected to be like or feel like. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So yeah, when he told me that, I was like, dude, like, what do you mean? Like, this is what, like, I mean,
you know what he means.
I know what you mean. Like, but I'm just saying, like, because when we play. I mean, he's a musician. I play music with him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah.
Big guess.
Yeah. I was like, dude, like, we're just having a great time right now. We're jamming out.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, this is the only thing that keeps me going, you know? And I'm just like, wow, that's so heavy. It's so heavy. Like,
yeah, and then it's it's hard to respond to that kind of stuff in a way that, like, you can't fulfill somebody else's cup, you know? You can only give what you can give, and but I do think that this has been since we've really gotten like technology savvy in the internet. I think that's with all the massive amount of information has also come the massive amount of loneliness and disconnect because the convenience of, you know, Uber Eats and the convenience of not really having to go out or just Pornhub or, I mean, there was always porn, but I just, no, but you know what I mean? Like the disconnect, the sex dolls, which are coming so hardcore. Sorry, no, they are. Like, I'm sorry, I'm all about like the, sorry, I'm like sexdolls.com. No, I don't know. I don't even do hashtag for a discount. No,
yeah.
No, wait, sorry. My mom would laugh at this. Anyways, yeah, my point is the sex dolls, the internet. Fuck you. is the disconnect of like not having real people. Like you don't have to do anything. I don't know. They were talking about the millennials, right? Or whatever. Like, because I don't like the range of the millennial dates, by the way. I think that's not true.
What is the range?
You could Google it, but you're not going to. It's like he's a lazy mofo today. I'm just gonna guesstimate. It was like 2010 to 20. No, maybe that's worse. Someone's gonna correct me, but it's like a long time. It's like 15 years or something, and I'm like, no, like the millennials now versus because I think I'm in millennial circle, and I'm like, no, I'm a Xennial, which is a whole other.
Oh, damn.
Do you know Xennials?
Is that the next level?
Okay, so what's your
crazy.
what's your year?
Matrix shit
What's your
right
birth
there.
year?
83.
Okay, so yeah, you're considered a millennial, but you're actually on the cusp. So Xennial is like 1970.
I'm used to living on the cusp.
Ooh, living on the cusp, you can't help yourself from fall. Sorry, that was a jump. No, I think Xennial is from 19. I'm not looking this up, so no one can get mad at me because I will get a text or someone's gonna add a little comment. Lonnie, you're wrong.
DM.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, DM
Wow.
or they're gonna put it on the YouTube. Like, no, Lonnie, actually, no. It was.
This is going on YouTube?
This is YouTube, y'all. We had a video.
Oh. Wow.
That's why you gotta be all on your shit. No, I'm
Alright.
kidding. Okay, so I think it's like 1976. Suck it in. 19. That's why you've been 1976 to like 1983. I think is Xennial, and Xennial was internet immigrants. So we were not raised into like computers, like on our phones, cells.
The
like-
internet changed everything.
That's my point. So internet immigrants we weren't born into it. We actually were immigrated into the technology.
We did. Yeah.
So for me, like it was all like in my elementary, we had computers, but they were like the black with the green. Yeah, it was like Oregon Trail and shit. Like it was like Legend of Zelda. Yeah, and dial-up. Yeah, dial-up. So that's what I'm saying. So they call that, it's a completely different thing, and I totally agree with it because I do not relate to a lot of the millennial shit. It's too much of a big stretch.
Definitely, this is like, it was a golden era we went through right now. Like,
it was so golden.
And I think
like nobody could find
over.
me golden. Like I did shit, you know what I mean? Like you did shit and
no one knew about it. You know,
nobody knew about it. There's no photos on it.
Some of the coolest stuff I did, no pictures.
And if you were to ask me right now, like Lonnie, I would love to see pictures on that. But if they're like, do you really want to see all those pictures? I'm like, no, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to see. You know what I mean? Like those are memories and.
Yeah. Damn, definitely the golden era we passed through.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were the disposable camera era.
Yeah, and I mean,
and those photos, you only had 25 to a box.
And you didn't know what it looked like.
You didn't know what you lived it up. You're just like, I'm gonna shoot this, and
this looks cool later.
And it was like 1/3 of the photos were fucking out of like there's no zoom. Dude. So and some of the best pictures were from them. Like all my photos.
I did have disposables, but I've always loved photography and videography.
Oh, okay.
So my bad. I mean,
new podcast episode.
I've never like took it on as a, I don't know, just it was a favorite pastime. So during that era when there was no like phones, like no cameras on the cell phones, like I always had my camera. So I have so much footage of stuff that other people would never. I'd be like with my little camera, and then people be like,
"You were the video guy."
Yeah,
That's dope.
I swear to God, I was
when I was in like the house scene because I was a house DJ for a long time.
You were the video girl?
No, I was the DJ or I was the battle dancer, and I would like wish I had all those because there was always that one tall dude with the video. I want to get my action shots and be like battling the rebels and shit. Like, okay.
Stomping all hard.
With
the boots.
With my no, I wasn't a rebel though. I was like a kind of a ravery vibe.
Oh, damn.
Like overalls and like Wolf.
A raver stomper.
Raver stomper. Well, yeah, of course I'm a stomper. I'm still a stomper.
Yeah,
so whatever.
Right that's this podcast over.
Yeah. Ooh. Exactly. So yeah. So I just that era, yo.
No, yeah, I was the guy with the camera. I was the guy.
I always loved the guy with the camera. Do you remember those other? Do you guys remember those like other little videos? What are they called? They weren't like the VHS.
Yeah, they're VHS.
But there was like the little one with the little one.
The mini ones. Yeah, I had that one too. I went through the phases.
I know you didn't. That's why you're that guy. I told
you I love recording. So like even videotaping,
back then,
all that stuff was dope to me.
When you were a kid, did you ever get a tape recorder?
Yeah, I remember a little handheld
the little ones
tape.
From Radio Shack. Those were sick with the little mini tapes.
And I kid you not, I used to try to record on my own, like different voices, and I'd have like a whole dialogue, like a whole little skit. Yeah.
Did you hear yourself? You saw how?
Oh, dude, I used to listen back to them, and I would just like roll and roll.
You need to sample that shit, homie. Like, you need to put that on something. That's sick.
It was so sick.
Or give it to House Shoes. He'll like do a mix. Sorry.
No, but yeah.
Previous. You totally do.
Go to the previous video.
Yeah, previous video before this. Anyways, yeah. That's so dope.
But yeah, that was I think that was another part of my recording experience. I think it was a little handheld recorder.
Me too.
And just record little things, or like record songs off the radio, or skits, like change my voice and do another voice.
Isn't that so cool? Yeah. I know. I was
like,
super
people
like
will never
that.
know that like these days, right?
No, I remember for me it was like I wanted to be a spy. And my dad like bought me the recording little, and then like I had the glasses with the mirrors in the back. Like I had all this spy equipment. Like I was all trying to be a spy. Like I could do something and no one would know. Like I was all about being like tricky.
Oh yeah, play like a spy.
Yeah.
Put on a trench coat. And
yeah, like I was all Inspector Gadget. Like I was all about that shit. It was so dope when you like being a kid and all. And now they have like, I'm sure they have all this. Well, now you can be a spy now without even.
You can make a spy sim.
A spy sim?
Right? I don't know.
It's so like throwback. I mean, responses. I love it. That's cool. So, okay. So anyway, so moving on back to the studio, because I actually want to talk about more about that. So you said like you're bringing in new artists, or are you looking, or like what's your process, or what's your plan?
I mean, I have a lot of friends that are always trying to record, and I think they like what I do. That's why they're hitting me up.
I would think so.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they can throw those plugs in later. Yeah. But I have a couple of those artists that they say, hey, dude, I have this project. I want you to record it. So they come into the studio. They shoot me like, these are the songs. We listen back to it. Call a couple musicians up. Bring them to the studio. And we just record it, you know, just something super organic. And they bring their ideas to life. That
yeah,
whole vibe.
Absolutely.
So like, I'm playing off of that. I mean, I also want to pay tribute a lot to. I mean, that I love that 1960s era where the harmonies and the vocalists and different stuff like that. Those are always fun times for me, like, and the beautiful parts of music, and that's what I want to try to bring back too. It's like, here's the backing group. We have this killer song. You put some great vocalists up in the front and just kill it with the vocals. And you're creating like some cool soul, some cool rocksteady, some cool 1960s doo-wop, all that stuff.
Do you do, I mean, I'm just asking based on right now, like, are you doing any collaboration, like different genres together? Are they always, or is it very specific to the genre? You know what I mean?
I would say like it's, right now it definitely, because of the 45s and how involved I am in that scenes, like rocksteady and ska, the early reggae. And then, like I said, with Illusions, now we're doing some soul stuff. And soul has always been integrated in everything we do.
Absolutely.
But now...
and everything, too.
Yeah, and everything, yeah. So
totally.
now we're just paying a tribute, like, in a sense, like, trying to record music in the same authenticity that they would record it back in the day.
What do you find is the most challenging thing right now for you?
Challenging with the recording or with the groups or
whatever it is that, as like I guess you trying to organize everybody, or as an artist, or as like a creator, you know? It's very open.
Yeah, I mean, there's different challenges. All the challenges are not something that to fuss over. It's always just kind of like trying to create the right atmosphere for everybody to arrive, you know what I mean, and get there at the same time. It's just really scheduling, I would say. You know, sometimes everyone's like,
scheduling.
Everyone's so just busy. You
know?
Yeah.
Trying to like do other
like,
shit.
So many projects happening, playing in different groups, life. But I think those honestly are the biggest challenges. Just time. Time is always like the master, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Time is the master.
Yeah. So like but other than that, I mean, once I get everybody in the same room,
we're good.
It's everything's magical. So it's just bringing people together sometimes, just with everyone's daily life is hard, you know.
Yeah.
And like, you know, everyone just, you know, they can't stop life and just like say, oh, I'm gonna go spend 6 hours in the studio, you know, sometimes, but
yeah, no, he knows. He knows. We've been struggling with time. because it's hard.
Yeah.
Because real life situations happen. Like, you can't,
And there's, people are responsible for so much, like responsible for your families and for your friends, for your well-being, your jobs, your
other
careers,
people's well-being.
So it's just a different time. As we grow a little older, responsibilities like time
Change.
Yeah, time change.
Word, like, I feel like I struggle because, like, I have friends now who are struggling with, like, parents or grandparents that are, like, Alzheimer's and, like, crazy stuff. And I'm just like, I'm so lucky. Like, I'm just like, fuck. Like, whatever I complain about, like, somebody that you love that's, like, losing their mind and doesn't even know who the fuck they are, like, ultimate, like, craziness, like, I just have nothing. I'm just like, that's really hard. Like, I don't even know, like, emotionally how that would get you to a certain place, so.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you're responsible for people and you want to be around for people, so many years that I was on tour with the 45s, like, going different places, I missed out on a lot of things, missed out on family gatherings and weddings.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Weddings and birthday parties. I missed out even on a funeral, like, in Europe, at the time. And so it's just wild because life does not stop, it just keeps going.
Just because yeah.
And
but I mean, you gotta do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep pursuing,
So I'm sure that's the challenge, right?
That's
it's just
the challenge.
like being able to, especially when you get older and you start to care more.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like when you're younger, it's just like, whatever, I don't really need to be there. Like, I don't know, something about when you're, in your 20s or whatever, teens, 20s, you're just like, I'm doing me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you get older, like, it starts to set in. You're like, you start to feel feelings like expectations, like, for whatever reason. You start to feel
and I honestly, for me, I have a hard time, like, even just chilling. I can't chill. Like, it's hard for me just to, like, relax because I always feel like I need to do something because I always have something to do.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to mix this, I have to go to the studio, I have to take care of this, gotta take care of that. So it's like, for me to sit down is like, it's because, like, I really need to rest.
You're, like, super tired.
But yeah, I put myself through a lot, and I just, I know that's not a healthy way of living.
No, I recognize that too, like, in terms of, like, being music, right? So, like, I was always the DJ, doing a podcast. Like, it's always, like, we always need a job.
Yeah.
We always need a reason to do or be wherever we're at. And when you don't have a job, it's like you don't have an identity. And it's like you have to let go of that. Like, I have no idea. I'm just myself. I don't need to do something for someone else.
Yeah. I hope I get to that point.
No, that's my point, though, is recognizing that that's who you have been. Like, that's why I think I always, like, was, like, creator of like, I always threw parties and I always wanted to be known to be the, like you, like, we like to choreograph or, instrumentally control shit. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, but when you don't have that, how do you decompress? How do you make it okay for you? That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I think that comes with just wanting to, like you said, going back to that leadership, trying to lead something, trying to be proactive into carrying out something you really want to do. A lot of people have, like, dreams, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But to actually carry them out, that's a whole different thing, I feel like very few people, like,
follow through.
So I feel like I have that that anxiety in my head, like, oh, dude, I could be doing this. I should be doing that.
I want to, should is a word.
I should be doing this. Like, I shouldn't be, like, just,
We're all thinking, and that's the thing is what I love about sitting is that it all reminds us, like, we're all thinking the same way, man. Like, we think that other people think different, like, or whatever. You just think how you think, and you're worried about what other people are thinking or whatever.
Yeah.
With the should, the could, the would, whatever. And then you realize when you talk to people, you make you're like, damn, like, we're all, like, stressed in the same way. Like, it's just, like, this whole energy is, like, compounding to all of us, But it's also good, like, to do these because so we can connect and be, like, realized. It's self-realization.
It really is.
It is.
It's therapy. Recording therapy.
And it's self-realization through other people. Like, me talking to you helps me define who I want to be more. And the new year's coming up. And so, what are you doing for 2020? New plans, any new goals? Like, the shit is that when you say it on here, it's on video.
I know.
Just saying, you know, and I love it because
the thing is,
me and Daddy say some stuff. We're gonna have to fulfill those plans.
No, I know that.
I love
I'll
it.
get a DM like, oh, like,
DM
what
with somebody
happened
like, oh, I remember I saw that
I thought you
First
were gonna
Among
do this.
Equals
Like, what are you doing?
podcast.
You know?
Yeah, right. In February, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
What are you doing next year?
Timing is like going back to the timing thing. Like, time is the master, right? Timing is everything. So.
Or it's nothing.
Or it's nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, it don't have to be your ruler. Like, time does not. That's shit is. There's no time. We made
Brian
that up.
Wilson's just looking at me too deeply right now.
Sorry, I love my Brian.
Whoa.
He's.
I said time is nothing, and he just looked at me. Like,
yeah, that is a Brian Wilson look. I don't know.
Right, doesn't he look like his eyes are looking at me?
Yeah, that's actually the whole album. Like, I feel like. Sorry, guys, we're looking at my album cover.
It doesn't matter where you stand.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Like, doesn't matter.
Do you remember the mall, that store that had like you would look at the picture?
Yeah.
Oh no, you had to stare at the picture and then something would pop out. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Like it was like a weird. It was all like white.
The one you had to like walk up to it. Like,
no, not like that dork. Like here, but you just stare and then it would everything would rise out. Do you remember that?
What the hell is that? Some fucking...
Right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Anyways, that had nothing to do with Brian Wilson.
Shit.
No, it was like they had a name for that store in the Galleria. Whatever. Danny was a baby.
Well, time is nothing, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson knows though.
He knows.
He's so
time.
sick.
Oh, he's the best.
I know.
I've seen him in Vegas.
I've seen him a few times. I saw him this year, and I saw him in 2017. 2017, he was more present. 2019, he was less present.
Oh, okay.
When did you see him?
I saw him for my 18th birthday. My dad took me to Vegas.
He was very present. That's
yeah.
To Brian Wilson? I need to shake your father's hand.
Yeah, he's like,
that
you
is
turn 18, you're gonna see.
He's like, now you get to see Brian Wilson. I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'll be like, who's? I didn't like the Beach Boys when I was a kid.
What?
I was a hater. I didn't like it. It was white boy. It was annoying surf white boy music.
Yeah, no, it's great.
That poppy shit, I couldn't handle it. But
the thing is, he writes a great pop song.
Pet Sounds, no, and do the studio work, like the work he did on Pet Sounds.
Oh,
when you hear it, when you isolate the instrumentals and the vocals, they are like top notch, man. Yeah. Beach Boys are top notch. Like the way that the vocals all align, like they're just beautiful. Have you heard that? I need to play that for you. I need to play Pet Sounds.
Right now.
I'll have it. I don't know where it is here. It's somewhere here.
That's not the record?
No, that's the cover for the concert I went to.
Oh, I see. I thought it was like a different.
No, the Pet Sounds. You know how it has all.
Yeah, I know the record.
With the goats or whatever it is. Yeah, no, it's so dope. Like Brian Wilson is. But yeah, so when you saw him, tell me when you saw him, dude. Because
it was crazy because like I never.
Where'd you see him?
In Las Vegas.
Like where?
What is it? I don't even know.
How are you looking at us like you know how many venues are in Vegas? He's like, Vegas, that one spot. Vegas.
Like, I was 18, but I remember my dad like he took me and like I thought it was pretty cool because I was like, damn, these guys sound pretty legit. The harmonies.
That's when they were together still too, huh? The harmonies, they were together still?
Yeah,
because they're not together anymore.
Yeah, during the time it was like most of the members. I don't know if every member was in that group, but yeah, he was there and like just the harmonies. I'm a big fan of good vocals and harmonies, so it was just wild.
So good. Dude, he was so advanced. Cool range, yeah. The Beatles, they recorded in the same studio, and they say that whatever, I don't remember what fucking album that was with the Beatles, because I'm not a huge Beatles fan. I'm going to say that right now.
Oh.
I know. It's weird. I know. He's got to go. Game over.
I gotta go.
I know. I don't know. I have moments.
Please.
I know. I'm saying it though. I'm gonna say it right here.
Delete.
We'll see. Y'all can we can edit
part.
This. I know. I have moments. Anyways, my point is that they claim though the Beatles claim that at the same time when Brian Wilson was recording Pet Sounds, that a lot of the music was affected. Their music was affected by, because they didn't think that it was gonna be as boss as it was. And
it was. Like, I mean, they were both rivaling. I want to say.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
Pet Sounds came out, and then Sgt. Pepper's came out.
Mm-hmm.
So like
it was right, and they were all on the hallucinogens and shit. He was rolling hard. Rolling hard. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, I knew.
Brian Wilson's like not all there because he went through the whole Yeah, he was just he was just going on some shit. He was like dropping acid, like everything. That's why Pet Sounds is the way it is. Like if you hear it, I mean, he brought straight up orchestras into the like the band. I don't think he even went on tour with the Beach Boys while he did this by himself in a studio. The crew went and did like all their little bebop pop shit. He wasn't down. He's like, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna record this. Y'all come in. I'll give you drop vocals. Like he brought orchestra.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
He completely did it by himself. That's why they give it to him, because he like and don't quote me on this, but I think he like completely masterminded the whole thing.
Oh, DM's popping in right now.
Right here, it's on live. Not yet. We're not there yet, you guys. Technology, we're not there yet. Anyways, yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google it later.
Yeah, or watch. Babe, no, you know what? It's whatever that movie was. That Brian Wilson movie where he loses his mind and like the manager.
Yeah, Brian Wilson's story is actually kind of sad. I know his dad used to put him through some shit.
His dad was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
His dad sold them out and then tried to create another Beach Boys like an NSYNC like little pop group. And tried to like, and they found out, and then he was trying to like run against them, and it's because he refused to go down the pop. He didn't want to do that anymore. He was like, I'm tired of this little like fake ass shit. He's like, I'm trying to be real.
So you're a Beach Boys fan over the Beatles? Is that what you're telling me?
I am. My mom would be very upset. My mom was a huge Beatles fan. I did. I know. I am. And it's crazy because I hate it. If you ask, like Lonnie in like 1995 would ask Lonnie about the Beach Boys and she was like, whatever, 15, 16. Yeah. Hated that. Yeah. It was on K-Earth and it was like, whatever, it was like surfing.
I think that's why. I mean, I didn't like that song necessarily, but I mean, I thought some of their songs were really cool. Like, I don't know. I think just. But you have a different ear than me, but we both have the same ear now. Like I don't. I mean, now I hear it and I'm like, wow, that's like incredible. Those were like all a group of people that did that. Like, it's like Bone Thugs and Harmony blows my mind. It was Brian Wilson doing it.
It was Brian, yeah. But you know what, with his bros, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's crazy when you hear a harmony like that. Like, there's no, like, that's all from the same gene pool, which is pretty crazy, right? They're all brothers.
Yeah.
So they all have the same harmonious, like,
yeah, there's something about family when they play together. Is just something different, you know?
Right?
I don't even remember. I used to play with my sister.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about your sister.
Yeah, we performed together, and a lot of people would come up to me after, be like, "Hey, that's so cool." It is really cool. You and your sister play music, and you sing together. You have like a vibe, you know. And maybe I never like read too deeply into it, but I was like, yeah, it's something unique, you know.
Like it's a fam thing.
It's a family affair. You know?
I love it.
Yeah, shout out to my sister.
Yeah, where's she at right now? How's she doing?
She's doing good. She's she's one of the artists that I'm producing right now too.
So
yeah, she
tell us. So what is she doing?
I put out one song with her, and it was actually a tribute to Juan Gabriel. He passed away a couple years ago. And there's a song called Costumbres by Rocío Dúrcal.
That's
and it's a Spanish rock steady tune, and like I said,
Spanish rock steady tune. That's sick. We'll add links to all this stuff on the bottom for sure.
So yeah, that was one of the earlier tunes that coming out kind of from the label, kind of the studio that we're recording at. A lot of the musicians I work with, you know, just a couple shout outs. Alex from the Agrolites, and then Ian and Fredo from the 45s, and I played the other instruments. And yeah, she just kills it. So she's a great vocalist, good singer.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's cool. It's my sister. I get to make music with her. Still.
No, yeah, she's beautiful. You have a beautiful sister.
Thank you.
Absolutely. No, I didn't like. I was like, we're talking about us, so I'm glad you brought her up in the mix.
Yeah.
Because I want to do like a baby shout out.
Some shouts to the Wolf, my sister.
to all the homies, yeah, for sure. On a Sunday afternoon. No, sorry, a little lighter shade. All right, so last question is, you are here because I feel like you're a very hardworking individual, and I think you hustle, and this is first among equals. So the idea is that, what is it that you feel like you're bringing to the future, to yourself? Like, what makes you first among all of us, like our equals? Like, it's not about us versus them or fighting over being better, it's like, what do you bring to the table? What do you, and in the future, what would you like to bring? I asked you like 3 questions right there, so do what you do what you may with that.
You know what? It's kind of interesting now because I don't feel like I'm first in a sense, but I feel like my talent and my skill or my gift that I've been given is like to bring others to light. You know what I mean? So like that's make other people's first. You know, my sister, other artists. Like I want to be able to showcase other people's talent, and so bring other people together. You know, so it's not necessarily me in the limelight, but bringing other people to light. You know, so I think that's been my strength, and I didn't know that right away when I was young. I remember a teacher telling my mom, was like, "Oh, your son's gonna be a leader. He's a good leader." And I was like, "A leader? Like, I don't even see myself as a leader." And like I didn't even know I had that in me. I felt myself very insecure, or just very low key. But then as time went on, I did start developing the ability to bring people together and encourage people to, you know, pursue their dreams, and also like even showcase their talent or their skill or their art, you know. And so that's the beauty of recording for me, is like it's not necessarily what I get out of it, but what I can make out of it as a community, you know. Like we're all progressive and we're all prosperous. It's like, hey, I'm gonna help you make whatever song you have in your head, this idea, this tune, this melody, this lyric, this feeling, this emotion, like, and let's bring it to light, and let's breathe life into it. So
Breathe life.
I don't know. That's what I feel like I'm trying to like really work on, is like help other people bring their dreams together, and with music or
I feel
art,
exactly the
you
same
know?
way.
So, you know, I feel this podcast is sort of the same way. You know, you're bringing different individuals in here, and you're bringing them to like, I don't feel like I should be on a spotlight at all, ever, you know, but thank you.
Well, you're
for having
important.
me.
You're valid. I recognize your gift. So, thank you for coming.
No, yeah, I appreciate this very much. This
Yeah,
has been
yeah.
a fucking great time.
Yeah. So, really quickly, would you like to do any plugs, anything, follows?
Yeah, I mean,
check us out
for sure. Follow us at Steady 45s. That's my group. Do
on where?
traditional rock steady and rock, ska, soul from 1960s. You can follow us anywhere, wherever, all over the place.
Google
YouTube,
that.
Spotify, all.
Dope.
Everything.
Instagram,
Facebook, everything. We're all everywhere.
the Twitters. I don't know.
I don't know about Twitter.
I don't know
actually.
about Twitter.
That's
Who Twitters
somewhat of a
anymore?
secret, yeah.
We'll see.
And yeah, Blackbird Studio, where that's just a studio in Vernon, producing
Cool.
any type of music that you want to
Yeah.
bring to life, you know.
He's available. Hit him up, right?
Of course.
If there's
yeah.
anything, if you need any recording needs or some insight into
Exactly, any
some
producing.
dope-ish.
Yeah, you just good musicians to help bring your song to life, your music to life.
That's what's up.
Ready.
Well, thank you so much, darling. I'm
Oh,
really glad
thank
you
you.
came
Oh,
back.
thank
It's such
you
a
so much for
blessing.
having
For
me.
sure. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and check out Eric and all the awesomeness that he brings. And thank you for joining us for First Among Equals. Peace.
Peace. This was full
This was full.
when we first started.
Yeah, and it's going to end in a minute. So we'll just check it real quick. Ready? 2, 3.
Cheers.